I'm Phil Nee with WRCO News. Wisconsin achieved a new record high for employment during October of 2024. According to preliminary estimates from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the new record for total employment released by the Department of Workforce Development breaks the record announced for September data and marks the sixth consecutive monthly record for state employment, highlighting the unprecedented number of workers being a part of Wisconsin's economy. Preliminary employment estimates for October of 2024 showed Wisconsin's seasonally adjusted unemployment rate remained at 2.9%, which is 1.2 percentage points below the national unemployment rate of 4.1%. In addition, the state's labor force participation rate increased to 65.7% in October, while the national rate ticked down to 62.6%. A new report shows Wisconsin voters approved a record number of school referenda in 2024 elections. The Wisconsin Policy Forum released a study this week that found school districts held a record 241 referenda this year. The old record was 240, set in 1998. Voters approved a record 169 referenda, eclipsing the old record of 140 set in 2018. The approved referenda authorized a record $4.4 billion in new funding for school districts, breaking the old record of $2.7 billion set in 2020. The report attributed the record number of referenda to inflation, outpacing increases in the state's per pupil revenue limits. Wisconsin will place an electric tax on vehicle charging stations starting next year. This means most businesses will have to register their charging stations and pay 3 cents per kilowatt hour delivered. The owners of EVs who have charging stations at their homes will not be subject to the tax. The tax applies to the charging stations at businesses, even ones not used by the public. The Department of Revenue says the tax will allow continued funding for road repairs and construction. As Wisconsin drivers make the switch to electric vehicles, the tax creates an equitable system where all drivers contribute to road maintenance costs. The new tax goes into effect on January 1st. A group of Native American burial mounds was found in Milwaukee's oldest cemetery. A group of researchers from the Ho-Chunk Nation, UW-Milwaukee, Marquette University, and the State Historical Society have uncovered 2 burial mounds at Forest Home Cemetery. Those mounds were originally mapped in the 1800s by city planner Increase Lapham, who apparently tried to protect them in the cemetery's design, but were later sold as plots by the owners of the cemetery. Plans to preserve the mounds are now pending. Governor Tony Evers announced 125 years of Wisconsin state parks as the theme for the 2024 State Capitol Holiday Tree and invited students to contribute handmade ornaments celebrating how the park system reflects who Wisconsin is as a state. Each year, the Capitol Holiday Tree is decorated with handmade ornaments from children, students, and families from every corner of the state. This year, students are encouraged to explore Wisconsin state parks for inspiration by reflecting on the state's beautiful and diverse natural spaces, significant historical markers, and the unparalleled recreational and communal value of Wisconsin state parks. Students are asked to make ornaments from non-breakable material. They must be strong enough to hold up during shipping and to be handled while the tree is being decorated. It is recommended that students do not use fragile items such as paper cutouts as well that could tear easily, and that ornaments are 4 to 6 inches in size and are made from a color that contrasts with the color of the tree so they can easily be seen and enjoyed by all visitors. If you have any questions about an ornament, please contact the Facilities Management Information Center at 608-266-1485. Please note that ornaments will not be returned. All students and families are welcome to submit ornaments celebrating 125 years of Wisconsin state parks and should mail ornaments by Friday, November 22nd to through Emily Gorman, Wisconsin Department of Administration, Division of Facilities and Transportation Services, 17 West Main Street, Suite 119, Madison, Wisconsin, 53703. The Capitol Holiday Tree is displayed in the rotunda of the Wisconsin State Capitol building throughout the holiday season and serves as a centerpiece of festivity for those visiting and working at the Capitol. November is Diabetes Month and a time to bring attention to the challenges facing diabetics. Here is Melissa Kay.
Nearly 38 million Americans live with diabetes. One challenge facing diabetics is hypoglycemia.
Hypoglycemia is when your blood sugar falls really low, and this can lead to many health complications.
That's Aspirus Pharmacy resident Rebecca Tao. She said hypoglycemia can happen for many reasons.
One reason is that your body might produce too much insulin, or if you are on insulin therapy. Insulin is a hormone that your pancreas makes that helps us use sugar for energy.
Symptoms can vary, but you should know what to look for, as dangerously low blood sugar levels can pose immediate health risks if left unaddressed.
Common signs and symptoms to look for are if you are feeling shaky, if you're feeling hunger, also if you have like a fast heartbeat, or if you're feeling dizziness.
Rebecca said if you're feeling these symptoms, you should check your blood sugar level if you can. Then you should follow the rule of 15. Consume 15 grams of fast-acting carbohydrates, wait 15 minutes, then check your blood sugar again and repeat if necessary. It's important to listen to your body and know how to respond to low blood sugar episodes.
The Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection, DATCAP, is reminding farmers and manure applicators to check the runoff risk advisory forecast before spreading manure on fields. This tool helps determine the potential for manure runoff from a field, depending on weather conditions and soil temperature. Users can access this tool at manureadvisorysystem.wi.gov. The runoff risk advisory forecast includes maps showing short-term runoff risk for manure application. The maps account for soil saturation, temperature, and precipitation on a scale of 1.5 square mile grids. The risk maps are updated 4 times daily with the latest information from the National Weather Service. DATCAP also reminds manure haulers and drivers to put safety first when traveling on roadways in order to avoid spilling manure, prevent injuries, and protect the health of people and the environment. All agriculture and livestock operations must report spills or runoff that have the potential to impact service or groundwater to the DNR's 24-hour emergency spills hotline at 1-800-943-0003. More information about planning and prevention is available at dnr.wi.gov/topic ag business/manure spills.